Dear students, I am Kutsia Fatma, course name Psychology and Guidance in Education. Today we will discuss instructional strategies. These are objectives of the lesson. By the end of the lecture, you will have reflected upon direct instruction. You will come to know theoretical support of these instructions, analyze the process of discovery learning, discuss Slavin's-Kurt model and instructional effectiveness model. Direct instruction. Direct instruction has roots in behavioral theories. This model draws its theoretical support from behavioral theory. Therefore, in teacher-centered classrooms, learning results in behavioral changes. Teachers try to obtain intended learning outcomes for the improvement of students' skills with more reliance on textbook content. Direct instruction. As the name indicates, it is very much teacher-controlled. Teacher is teaching directly. Let's see what is direct instruction. Direct instruction model are to promote mastery of simple and complex skills and declarative knowledge that can be carefully defined and taught step by step. So, do you know about declarative knowledge? Declarative knowledge is facts, information, description of things and events. In lecture, teacher gives only declarative knowledge. So what is the difference between lecture and direct instruction? This is the basic difference. In lecture, teacher gives only declarative knowledge, but in direct instruction, along with declarative knowledge, skills are developed among students. The most prominent feature of direct instruction is teacher direction and high expectation from students. The objective is to teach mastery of a body of knowledge. Teacher ensures recall and understanding of work through questioning. Feedback is given by teachers at the end. इफेक्टिव इंस्ट्रक्शन अच्छा लेक्चर नहीं होता. अगर इफेक्टिव इंस्ट्रक्शन अच्छा लेक्चर होता तो हम स्टूडेंट को बेस्ट लेक्चर्स दे देते और उनसे एक्सपेक्ट करते कि वो हर चीज़ को अंडरस्टैंड करें और उसको परफॉर्म करें. There are 5 phases of planning direct instruction. Phase 1, orientation. This is actually the framework of the lesson. Teacher explains the concept and skill to the students. Teachers formulate objectives of the lesson. After that, students are encouraged to practice it under teacher's guidance. The teacher monitors the whole class to check understanding of concept, recall of previous input, and to adjust pacing and level of explanation. This is all about orientation of the lecture. Second, presentation, in which new concepts or skills with examples to ensure whether students have recalled the concept of information. So you can see that there is demonstration. Demonstration is also very important in direct instruction. फर्स्ट स्टेप में जैसे हमने देखा कि टीचर ने टॉपिक को इंट्रोड्यूस करवाया है, यहाँ पे उसको डिमॉन्स्ट्रेट करेगा. फॉर एग्जांपल मैथ्स का फार्मूला टीचर ने बताया है स्टूडेंट्स को. अब इस स्टेप में वो डिमॉन्स्ट्रेट करेगा कि स्टेप बाय स्टेप उसको कैसे सॉल्व करना है. इसे फार्मूला बताने से काम नहीं चल सकता जब तक टीचर उनको स्टेप बाय स्टेप सिखाएगा नहीं. थर्ड, स्ट्रक्चर्ड प्रैक्टिस. Use of practice should be guided by assigning short and meaningful amounts of practice. Students practice the learning material in group and teachers give feedback on their work. This feedback can be oral and written. Teacher analyze students' difficulties, use monitoring to inform adjustments of learning. Fourth, guided practice. In this step, learning takes place with little involvement of teacher. Students' performance of learning tasks is assisted by the teacher. Role of teacher is to monitor students' work and provide feedback. So teacher diagnose learning difficulties through students' questions and students' responses. Independent practice. After guided practice, students are able to practice it independently. The purpose is just to ensure retention. Practice given to students to accomplish on their own without the teacher's guidance. Homework is also independent practice. Teachers should not give complex tasks to students for independent practice because students cannot do it independently. So homework should be only related what students have already practiced in classroom. So these were the 5 phases of direct instruction. You came to know in direct instruction model, student proceed step by step. Environment for conducive direct instruction. Whole group setting. Direct instruction required the unique classroom management skill of gaining attention of students in a whole group setting and sustaining this attention for extended period of time. Particular classroom management concerns include organizing the classroom setting for maximum effect, maintaining appropriate pace, flow and momentum, sustaining engagement, involvement and participation, and dealing with students' behavior quickly. The ultimate goal of direct instruction is overlearning through practice. As we discussed that students become independent learner through a process which is step by step. So we have discussed that most important point in direct instruction is practice because it has roots in behavioral theories, so teachers need to model a certain behavior. Students see teachers' behavior and try to follow it. Practice could be on simple skills as well as complex skills. And teachers need to give detailed feedback on how students should practice it. So we discussed about direct instruction that it has roots in behavioral theories. कि आप बच्चों का behavior change कर सकते हैं through an external stimulus. We came to know that learning is not a simple process. Teacher has to follow a procedure. Direct instruction process can follow step by step learning. Therefore, teacher cannot skip any phase in this process. We came to know that lecture and direct instruction are not same. Lecture lecture only gives declarative knowledge that refers to facts and information that is stored in our memory, description of things and processes. But direct instruction also develop skills along with declarative knowledge. लेक्चर में तो सिर्फ डेक्लेरेटिव नॉलेज आता है लेकिन डायरेक्ट इंस्ट्रक्शन में डेक्लेरेटिव नॉलेज के साथ साथ स्किल्स की प्रैक्टिस पे भी तवज्जो दी जाती है. सो नेक्स्ट we'll see discovery learning. Jerome Bruner, American psychologist from New York University School of Law. He was one of the best known and influential psychologists of the 20th century. He is one of the key figure in cognitive revolution. He was influenced by Piaget's ideas about cognitive development. He was also one of the most influential constructivists. Other constructivists are Piaget, Vygotsky, and John Dewey. Constructivism is a paradigm of learning where learners create their own subjective constructs of reality. Discovery learning is an inquiry-based method of instruction. Learning is best achieved through a process of inquiry. So let's see the definition of discovery learning. An approach to instruction through which students interact with their environment by exploring and manipulating objects, dealing with questions and controversies, or performing experiments. In discovery learning, child interact from the environment and learn from it. Try to answer the question which comes into his mind. Child discovers knowledge himself or herself. Second, an instructional model and strategies that focus on active hands-on learning opportunities for students. Learners search for new information to discover facts. इसमें वोकेबलरी सिखाने के लिए बच्चों को वोकेबलरी याद नहीं करवाई जाती, बल्कि उसको कुछ अल्फ़ाबेट्स दे दिए जाते हैं या उसको ब्लॉक्स दे दिए जाते हैं या कोई पज़ल दे दिया जाता है और बच्चों से कहा जाता है कि ये जो ब्लॉक्स हैं इसमें से आपने वर्ड्स बनाने हैं। अब हर बच्चे का एक अपना वर्ड होगा जो उसने बनाया होगा। सो इन दिस वे चाइल्ड डिस्कवर न्यू वर्ड्स। So we can say child discovers knowledge himself or herself. So we can say that discovery learning is inquiry based process which focuses on learning through experience. Learner builds on past experience. Students interact with the environment and discover facts and relationship on their own. They create and construct their own knowledge. These are 5 principles of discovery learning. Exploration and problem solving. How to explore the things. Give them activities through which they can explore something. Give them puzzles, give them blocks or any other material according to their level and age. So tell the child how he or she can discover new words from blocks. In discovery learning, students have to discover the hidden. Second, guided discovery. Teachers should allow participants to work either alone or with others and learn at their own pace. जब हर बच्चा अपनी पेस के मुताबिक लर्न करेगा तो इस तरह उस पर स्ट्रेस या प्रेशर नहीं होगा लर्निंग का और उसकी लर्निंग ज़्यादा इफेक्टिव और लॉन्ग लास्टिंग और कंसेप्चुअल होगी. Through interesting activities, we can encourage learners to extend what they know and invent something new. Next, information analysis. As we know that discovery learning is process oriented, not content oriented. Learners learn to analyze information rather than memorize the correct answer. Without feedback, learning is incomplete. Teachers should inform students that learning is not finding out the right and exact answers. New things should be discovered through a process. It is the responsibility of teacher to give timely feedback. फीडबैक के थ्रू बच्चे को पता चलेगा कि मेरा जो स्टेप बाय स्टेप सीखने का प्रोसेस है जहाँ पे उसे प्रॉब्लम फील हो रही है तो वो टीचर उसको अपने गाइड कर सकता है. तो डिस्कवरी लर्निंग में डिस्कवरी ऑफ न्यू थिंग्स इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट, not just finding out the right and exact and accurate answers. Advantages of discovery learning. It promotes active encouragement and high motivation of students. All the students generally engaged throughout the lesson. Students enjoy discovering the answer to the question or problem they are given. They feel a sense of control over their own learning. Students are given a set of step-by-step instructions followed by a set of questions in which students discover new things. Criticism of discovery learning. Sometimes teacher tries to give too much information, which creates stress for students. Sometimes there is lack of resources in our traditional classrooms. Lack of control over teacher, क्योंकि टीचर ने देखना ओवर टीचर देखता है कि कहाँ पे स्टूडेंट जो है वो कहीं डिट्रैक्ट तो नहीं हो रहा और फिर उसको गाइड करता है. टीचर्स में फेल टू रिकॉग्नाइज मिसकंसेप्शंस. और बच्चे की अगर कोई कंसेप्चुअल अंडरस्टैंडिंग प्रॉपर नहीं हो पा रही तो बाज़ दफ़ा टीचर को पता नहीं चलता. To revise the concepts of discovery learning, I want you to watch a video.
This approach to education. Discovery learning is a learning theory from Jerome Bruner, and is based on the idea that learning is an active process in which learners construct new ideas or concepts based upon their current or past knowledge. Students interact with the world by exploring and manipulating objects, wrestling with questions and controversies, or performing experiments. This is a constructivist learning theory. Constructivist posits that learning is an active constructive process. Therefore, discovery learning takes place in problem-solving situations where learners draw on their own past experiences and existing knowledge to discover facts and relationships. Brenner believed that students are more likely to remember concepts and knowledge that they have discovered on their own. Bruner states that the theory of instruction should address 4 major aspects. Number 1, predisposition towards learning. Bruner felt that experiences should be designed that will help the students be willing and able to learn. Number 2, the ways in which a body of knowledge can be structured so that it be most readily grasped by the learner. For example, the spiral curriculum. This can be defined as a course of study in which students will see the same topic throughout their school career, with each encounter increasing in complexity and reinforcing previous learning. Number 3, the most effective sequence in which to present material. In general, the sequences of learning should move from inactive, which is hands-on or concrete, to iconic, which is visual, to symbolic, which is the description in words or mathematical symbols. Number 4, the nature and pacing of rewards and punishment. Bruner suggests that movements from extrinsic rewards such as teacher praise towards intrinsic rewards inherent in problem solving or understanding the concepts is desirable. Bruner's work is closely related to Piaget, Appert, and Vygotsky.
Slavin Squat model. Our third topic. It is a model of instructional effectiveness. A teaching framework that emphasizes specific elements that teachers have direct control over: quality, Q; appropriateness, A; incentive, I; and time, T. Quat model. In this model, emphasis is given on discussions of effects of individualized instruction, ability grouping, and tutoring. So first of all, we'll see what does it mean by quality of instruction. The degree to which information on skills are presented so that students can easily learn them. That is, the presentation of information or skills. Quality of instruction is largely a product of the quality of the curriculum and of the lesson presentation itself. Quality of instruction refers to lecturing, discussion, curriculum, books, and other material given by teacher. When instruction is of high quality, the information being presented makes sense to students. They feel that it is interesting and they can easily remember. Second element, appropriate levels of instruction. The level of instruction is appropriate when a lesson is neither too difficult nor too easy for the students. Perhaps the most difficult problem of classroom organization is accommodating instruction to the needs of the students with different level of prior knowledge and learning pace. Third element is incentive. The degree to which the teacher makes sure that students are motivated to work on the instructional task and to learn the material that is being presented by the teacher. Motivation may come from the intrinsic interest value of the material being learned, or it may be created through the use of extrinsic incentives such as praise, grade, star. बच्चे को आप कहते हैं excellent, very good, well done, great job. उसको अच्छा जो काम करे उसके काम को डिस्प्ले करें बाकी स्टूडेंट्स के सामने, बच्चे को स्टार्स दें. So all these type of incentives create them a high motivation level. Similarly, incentive is also influenced by the quality of instruction. Students will be more motivated to learn about a topic that is presented in an interesting way. Instruction takes time. The amount of time available for learning depends largely on two factors: allocated time and engaged time. Allocated time is the time scheduled by teacher for a particular lesson. It is mostly under the control of school or teacher. In contrast, engaged time, the time students actually engage in learning tasks, it is sometimes not under the control of teacher. So time should be enough to learn the material being taught, whether it is allocated time or engaged time. So we discussed that there are four elements in this model: quality, appropriateness, incentive, and time. To make the instruction effective, these four elements should be followed by teachers. These elements must be adequate for instruction to be effective. Again, effective instruction is not good teaching. No matter how high the quality of instruction, student will not learn a lesson if they lack the necessary prior skills or information, if they lack motivation or don't want to learn. Slavin's model can be shown in the following diagram. Slavin's includes student characteristics as an important part of teaching learning process. Similarly, we can see that instructional efficiency and engaged time depends upon these four elements which we have already discussed, that is quality of instruction, appropriate level of instruction, incentive, and time. That was about QUAT model. Today we discussed about direct instruction, discovery learning, and QUAT model. There are some of the assessment questions. What are the 5 phases of direct instruction? What is the difference between lecture and direct instruction? I already explained these things. Can you differentiate between activity-based learning and discovery learning? In QUAT model, how you can explain the appropriate level of instruction? For any questions, you can email me at kutsia.fatma@ue.edu.pk. Thank you.